How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to Salvage Auto Rebuilds. Alright, it is nice and early this morning and Uncle Bill has just left work. So let's just go ahead and close up the garage door over here. And yes, there's been a couple of things happening off camera. Not really a whole lot, but a couple of things that I've been taking care of. So yeah, our customer car over here is still up on the lift. I just lifted it up quickly because we are going to be putting the suspension together today. So we did have a word with the owner of the vehicle, Uncle Bill's intern, and yeah, they said that we don't, well, we're not supposed to take any shortcuts with the suspension of the car. So we went ahead and bought all brand new suspension for this thing. So we are going to be putting this all together and putting it onto the car. So that is on the agenda for today, and hopefully we're going to be able to go and pick up the wheels a little bit later on, because I think Lewis said he's got the wheels and tires ready for us. So we are not going to be putting new tires on the Steelies over here. We are going to be getting some new rims and tires. So it looks like we're going to have these laying around for the time being, so I guess that is good. And also another thing we're going to be doing today is getting the clear coat painted on the little Lada sedan over here, which is going to bring this car one step closer to being completed yet again. So in the shed over here, we've got all of the windows and stuff still for the little Lada, as well as the taillights and stuff. So we'll see today if we're going to be able to put all of this together again. But I do have to take a trip down to Middletown later today. We're going to be dropping off the engine and transmission for refurbishing. So yeah, they are going to have this professionally rebuilt by somebody who's working over there at the service center apparently. So I need to go and drop this off and book this in for servicing and yeah, reconditioning. And hopefully that's going to be something we can also get done today. So yeah, depends on time. I might take you guys along for the ride, but yeah, I don't know, we'll see. So I think let's get started with the suspension. We're going to start assembling the suspension of this Nissan C33, also known as a Laurel. So yeah, guys, let's maybe start tackling the rear suspensions. I kind of just sort of sorted the parts out more or less. You know, rear suspension is on this side and front suspension is on that side. We also went ahead and I changed out the brake booster and the main brake line already, so that is already installed, and I filled it up with brake fluid, so hopefully that's going to sort out the brake issues that this car had. Alrighty, so let's get started with this. I think let's do the rear suspension. Just got to figure out how everything goes together and just take it step by step and make sure we bolt everything down. Alright, so let's start with these upper control arms. Yeah, I think in the last episode I probably had this thing upside down, which made it a little bit weird because I didn't really see what was what on it. So I think today we'll get a better picture of what this thing is actually supposed to look like, because all of the parts were so rusty and bad on this thing, couldn't really tell what was going on with it. Okay, now where's this bolt back there? Okay, yeah, that's a little bit odd, but okay. This one will go on this side. That's our hub carrier, as they call it. Okay, so that is on. Let's grab the other one, get that onto there. And just be sure to bolt it down on up top and bottom there. I think the hubs will go onto this. Yeah, there we go, not too bad. We could probably also grab this and see if this can go on. That's our handbrake lever. So yeah, we're not taking any shortcuts, not using any of the old parts. I think it's going to be easier to do it from this side, maybe. I don't know. I have to get a proper view of this thing. Where is the bolt? Alright, I spotted over there, and there's another one on this side. There we go, handbrake cable is in. Okay, let's grab the other hub. Alright, those springs will probably go onto the car as well as the shock absorbers. So let's get our differential in. Okay, so this should have one bolt there, and then we've got 2 bolts at the back. Alrighty, and then our half axles. You just need to get these in here. You know what? I think it's going to be easier if we just take the hubs off real quick and just do that. Okay, yeah, that looks a little bit easier. Alright, there's one more bolt over there. Okay, now we can get this back on. There we go, that looks a little bit better. Okay, take off this one. Let's just get this other half axle in there. Alright, now we're gonna just bolt it down. Alright, and we go down this side again. One there and one down there. Okay, now we can get the hub on this side again. Just bolt it down, and there we go. That looks pretty good. Alright, so far so good, guys. We are rebuilding, well, not really rebuilding it, but we are putting a brand new suspension all together for this thing. So this car should probably be quite reliable now in terms of suspension. So let's get these brake pads ready. Okay, can probably chuck it in the trash right over there. Okay, so let's get these pads into here. Alright, sometimes these are a bit tricky to get in, but just gotta fiddle with them a bit. Yeah, come on. There we go. And just like that. Okay, and we'll get the brake hoses on. Just bolt it down. Okay, same on this side. Okay, this one is the right hand side, which yeah, it is the side. Wait a second, there we go. Alright, let's get the other one over there. Alright, so that is our suspension cross member now fully assembled, so we can get this thing under the car over here. There are some bolts here that's going to hold that into place for us. Right over there, and last one over there. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Just like that, we've got some rear suspension. So let's quickly go ahead and do this. I'm going to pop these in my backpack if they will fit. Alright, let's bring the drive shaft closer. I should be able to get this in and bolt it down at least to the differential over here. Alright, we've got 3 bolts on that. We've got our shock absorbers and our springs. Okay, so let's get these shock absorbers in. We are going to have to probably remove this one again if we do the bodywork here, because I noticed this wheel well on this side is looking a little bit bad, so going to have to cut that out at some point and replace it. This one on this side still seems to be intact, so we're probably not going to bother with that. Okay, and that is shock absorber tightened up. Okay, now we're going to need our spring compressor over here. Let me just grab it from the toolbox, and let's get these into position. Okay, over there and over there, and that is it. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that back over there so we know where to find it. Okay, we're going to need our tools probably here again, so let's start this. Okay, so now over to the front suspension. This is our cross member. We're going to start from this. This is our steering rack, so it actually came with the tie rods attached to it, so which is pretty cool. So there we go, that can go on like that. Okay, we'll just flip this thing around. There we go, just like that. We've got our steering rack and tie rods in. And I've got to figure out how this is going to go. Oh, we're going to have to probably flip it around like this. And just bolt it down from underneath. Same on this side, we should be able to get this on. And bolt it down. It's looking pretty good already. Okay, next up, let's do these hub carriers. Oh, we also got a new steering column, which I haven't even taken the old one out of the car yet. So we'll see if we can also maybe do that. It might be a worthwhile getting that out of the way. Okay, next up is going to probably be these brakes and brake discs. Oh, wait a second. We've got to do the hubs first. So let's get the hubs on. There we go. All right. Just zip it down over there. And on this side, there we go. All right, that is looking pretty good. All right, screwdriver so that we can get these discs on. Okay, let's just put them all on over there and we'll just screw them both down. There we go. All right, put that back in the toolbox. All right, now I need to do this with the front brake calipers as well. And we'll put that in the trash bin. There you go, that's the one. And here goes the other ones. Alrighty, and let's get our hoses on these calipers. There we go. And same with this one. Oh, come on, let me just get this thing on here. There we are. Okay, front right. This is probably... Wait a second. Yeah, there we go. That's the right-hand side. Okay, yeah, because the car is right-hand drive, of course. Alright, so there we go. That is our suspension for the front put together. Now we're going to need... Yeah, hopefully these will fit in our backpack. Doubt we're going to fit that in the backpack. Alright, let's grab this. And we should be able to get this installed now as well. There we go. Let's just hold it in place while we try and tighten up the first bolt here. And there we go. That is in place. Okay. Alright. And the last one over there. Alright, so I'm wondering if... Yeah, let's see if this is going to work. If my theory is correct, we should be able to get those onto the shock absorbers first. Those coil springs. There we go, just like that. Alrighty. And now we can get these fitted. So I think these are interchangeable, left and right. Doesn't really matter. Just put it bolted down at the bottom. We'll lower this thing down so that we can get the upper ones bolted down too. Okay, and let's go down with the car. Right, I think that... Yeah, that should do. Okay, there's a bolt over there. And another one over there on that side. Alright, golden. So we've got that sorted out. And now I just want to bring this back to the toolbox. Let's grab the steering column. Alright, let's bring this closer. Alright, now I need to probably see how I'm going to do this. There's got to be... we're going to have to take out the dashboard. Alright, let's do that. I think we've got to take all of the interior out at some point in this car anyway, so might as well do the dashboard real quick. There's 2 screws on this side, and I think there are 2 screws over here as well. Alright, well, that is one way of doing it. So yeah, this thing put up a little bit of a fight. It didn't want to come out. But okay, we managed to do that. Alright, just put that down over there. Okay, now that the dashboard is out, we should be able to reach the bolts for that steering column. Let's just go inside. Over here, hunker down. Okay, 3 bolts on that. And yep, that is free. Okay, perfect. Yeah, the steering column definitely seen some better days, so it's a good thing we are replacing it. How does this steering wheel come off? Alright, there's a bolt in the middle, so just take that off like that. Okay, this one is quite trashed. Okay, so we'll get rid of that later down the line. Okay, let's get the new steering column in. Okay. We'll probably order a new steering wheel as well when we do the interior. Alright, let's just do this. Just like that. That is perfect. It looks pretty good. So I think let's just mount this steering wheel for the time being, in case we wanted to test drive the car before we, you know, put the final touches to it. Okay, let's do this. Put that back into there. Oh, come on. There we go. Alrighty, so that is now the suspension put together on this car. So I think we need to take a trip down to Lewis's store a little bit later. He's open by now, so it's already 9:30. So we are going to be mounting a new tire to this rim as well as a spare tire. So they're going to still roll with a Steely as a spare wheel. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. But what I think we're also going to do is get the hood and the fenders installed back onto the car, because we primed them up, so it should be ready for the paint work once we start getting this thing ready for paint. We need to strip off some of the bumpers and the headlights, because I don't think we're going to be painting the bumpers. Although I'll check with the owner if he wants us to color code the bumpers. It might look nice, I don't know. We'll see, because it looks like these were replaced and they were never painted. So yeah, we'll see what they want us to do. Right, let's grab the left fender. We're going to pop this onto there. Yeah, this car's got a lot of old Nissan Skyline vibes as well. Okay, there's this one. Let's bring this fender over here. Alright, I think that should be good. Just got to zip it down. And then we can close the hood. And just like that, this thing is starting to come together already. As far as the paintwork goes, we are going to be doing just what they call a blowover. So, yeah, pretty much just preparing the body for paint. We're not going to go ahead and prime the whole car, because we are going to be painting it white again. I did ask them that as well. So, yeah, it's going to be white, but we're going to try and make it look a little bit better this time around than what the previous paint job looked on this thing, because that was actually quite bad. So I think let's maybe do the clear coat next on the Lada, and then we can head over to the shop and pick up the wheels for the Nissan. So I've got the old spray cans over here, which we still had left, because I always buy extra paint. It's actually a good thing to have clear coat, especially because it's a thing you'll always need. It's kind of like primer. You need primer and clear coat for all your paint jobs. Well, there we go. That looks relatively good. We might have to open the doors just to get the clear coat under the, in the door jambs and such. We'll get to that. I think let's just do the bulk of this. Yeah, look at that blue shine now. That is actually a very pretty color. All right, let's get these doors opened. Okay, let's see if we can figure out where we missed. Probably on this B pillar here a bit. And we'll get the door jambs painted up and on the inside of the door. And that spray can is empty. Okay, let's grab another one. Alright. Let's keep going here. We gotta get this thing covered everywhere with clear coat. Okay, I think that looks not too bad. All right. Yeah, I'm just, looking forward to doing the roof as well, because that was a little bit of a mission reaching everywhere, but it looks like we'll get it. Just got to be, thorough with it. There we go. Getting there. Let's start on the hood over here in the front. Oh, that is empty. Okay, let's grab another one. Yeah, that is actually looking pretty shiny. So now once this dries up, we are going to have to polish the whole car, which is going to take a little bit of elbow grease, as they would say, but we are going to be using our angle grinder, so yeah, it's actually going to make the job a little bit easier for us. Okay, I really want to see if I can get this roof covered, because that's my biggest concern, is getting this roof perfect. So I was actually struggling to get this thing painted blue in the last episode, because it was so hard to reach all of the edges there. I should be able to see any imperfections if we just take a quick peek like that. So far it looks good. That is empty again. Okay, we are definitely going through all the clear coat here. But at least we've got more than enough clear coat. I wonder if my headlamp is going to help me see a bit better here. Because the sun is kind of over there. Oh, there's a tiny bit of mist paint over here. Okay, might have to get that touched up. Yeah, that's something we can do afterwards. I think we'll just rough it up a bit and get that covered. It's not a big train smash. I knew there were going to be imperfections somewhere on this car. Alrighty, down here. Wheel arch. There we go. Yeah, I think so far so good. It looks as if we are doing a relatively decent job, you know, for rattle can paint job. It's not really ideal. But I think it'll definitely look better than it did. I mean, come to think of it, this thing was actually a wreckage. Abandoned shell in the forest, you know. There we go. That is looking pretty shiny. Alright, we're going to leave this clear coat to dry for a day. And then I think I'm going to try and polish this thing in the next episode for you guys to see how that shine is going to turn even shinier. There we go. Not too shabby, guys. I think this thing looks pretty decent. Okay, let's just do this. Gonna open the doors. Make sure we got the door jambs, you know, clear coated up as well inside the doors. Yeah, that's just a reflection from our flashlight, probably. There we go. Alright, this door jamb. We missed a tiny spot there on the door. Okay, that looks good. Oh, and that is empty. Alrighty, let's go this way. Once again, I still need to paint the inside of this door properly. There we go. That looks good. Alright, let's just hop in here. Okay, let's make sure we got that all covered up. Yeah, that looks decent. Alright, let's go around to the other side and just do the same there. I want to make sure we've got every inch of this thing. Alrighty, I think that's actually not too bad. Okay, let's go this side. We've got a seat, so got to jump between front and back over here. Okay. Alright, let's just get up here and check this A-pillar once again. Think we may have everything done and painted. How's this roof looking? There's a tiny little speck over there we missed. Yeah, I think that's probably also paint. Missing a bit of paint. Or it could have been a reflection from the torch or something. I don't know. There's something going on over there. We'll have to... Yeah, there's a little spot over there. Maybe some mist paint. You know what? Yeah, I didn't think it was going to ever be perfect. So it is what it is at the moment. So I think I'm going to let this thing cure for a bit. So when we come back from the shop, we can try and see if we can get our wheels mounted to the customer vehicle and lower it down and see what that car sits like. And then we're also going to get the wheels for the Lada mounted again. The ones we picked up from Yeah, the guy's shop down at the beach. I haven't even got his name yet, but okay. Yeah, we also managed to get the best tire put on a rim, and also gonna ahead and paint this thing black because we still had some black paint there. So yeah, that is also just for a spare tire for the little Lada. Still got our windshields over there, so we're gonna see if we can maybe also put the car together today. That'll be great. The further we can get with it, the better it's going to be for us. Yeah, in the next episode, we can probably even try and see if we can get the interior. So Uncle Bill did find some interior for us. We are going to be getting that pretty soon. We'll see when it arrives. So we decided to go with some white interior. So we've got some door panels, some new seats. I still need to find the dashboard. I'm not too sure which dashboard I want to go for, because there are two options for this car. We've got the kind of the older model one that's like a square dash, and then we've got the rounded one like the one we had. I already went ahead and got rid of that one because, yeah, it was a little bit bad. We did take out the cluster from it though. So I don't know if we're going to need this cluster again. And sadly, this cluster won't fit our Niva. So I'm going to have to buy a new cluster for the Niva as well, because our cluster is completely busted here. Let me just turn off my headlamp. Okay. I actually think I sometimes forget that thing turned on, you know. But yeah, our little Niva is still running great, guys. This thing hasn't given me a day's problem since the day I got this thing. Well, mechanically wise, it's still doing pretty well. We're also going to go and pick up the bumpers for our sedan, because I had them chromed. I figured we are going to go with a little bit of bling on the bumpers, because those bumpers were looking a little bit dull. So yeah, let's make our way over to Lewis's store and see if we can get everything picked up today and get our vehicle put together.
I got a cool Camaro in my backyard. Me and Dad just fired up. I'm about to get the keys from him in 2 weeks. About to drive it to college big time. If you wanna ride, you can ride. Said that I'd teach you something. Well, baby, let me show you. A all the way to Z and be what you're missing. C is my company. D like a Detroit diesel. E and El Camino, F and O.
Alrighty, so we made it over to Lewis's store, and once again we actually parked in the wrong place. We actually need to go around the back. You know what? We'll maybe get all of this stuff loaded, but I do have to swap the tire on this rim real quick. So Lewis said everything is ready at the back. We already paid for everything. So we're just going to sort this wheel out real quick. Okay, he'll take care of the old tire for us there. Alright, and there's the new one. Let's just get this onto there with the tire machine. Nice and easy, no problems. Alright, so this is just the spare tire. And I think this thing is already set to 2 bar. I think that should... No, it's actually going a little bit more. You know what? We'll air it up to 3 bar, because it's going to be a spare tire just laying in the trunk of the car anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and load everything. I wonder if those bumpers are going to fit. I don't know. But okay, let me quickly load all of the wheels. I think it's going to be easier if we just bring our Niva a bit closer back there. There we go. Let's do this. Just got to watch out for that curb over there, because it's a little bit of a drop. Okay, let's reverse it back over here. Okay, that should be fine. Let's get it turned off and hop out. Alright, let's see if we're going to be able to load everything. Oh, I forgot, I actually ordered this as well. This is our window tint remover, because the window tint on that car is way too dark. Alright, so let's get these bumpers loaded. They probably have to rest on the roof like that. Yeah, we'll see if that's going to work. Alright. Okay, let's grab this one. Alright, that should work. We'll see. Okay, some wheels. Let's see if we can maybe get everything in here. Yeah, we definitely need a bigger pickup truck sometime, later on as we progress on this journey of ours. Okay, that is in. Wonder if I can put one over here at the back. We'll see if that stays put. Hopefully it does. Because if it doesn't, it's actually going to be a bad day for us, you know. Alright, I think that's in. Okay, well, a little bit of Tetris and got everything loaded. So I'm going to make my way back to Uncle Bill's house. And then we've got some work to carry on with. I think the Lada should be what I would like to call wind dry by now. So I'm going to start maybe assembling that as well, getting the bumpers on, the grille, the headlights and blinkers and taillights and all that. So yeah, let's get back to the house and continue working.
Take you for a ride, hey, all the way to see, girl. Hell, all I got to give is a V8 engine coming red fingers on the gears. We're going there, riding around the whole world. Come on, girl, just say you will. Let's go to college on the highway. Let's start it up in the driveway. There's so much I can teach you. I wanna be your professor. Let me take you down the interstate. So many ways I can educate you.
Alright, so here we are back at the house. And we have got everything here, hopefully. I don't know if anything flew out because I kind of didn't look behind me. So let's just see. Yeah, I think we're all good. The bumpers are there. All the wheels are still here. Alright, so let's start with this. I'm really curious to see what these wheels are going to look like on this car. And if we are going to need any wheel spaces maybe. So let's check this out real quick. Alright, I think the rear wheels shouldn't have a problem to go on. The front ones might be catching on the lift a little bit. We'll see how that goes. Alright, let's grab our toolbox once again. Okay. Okay, how does that wheel look? Yeah, it's gonna need some spaces if you ask me. I don't know. You guys maybe let me know down in the comment section. What do you think? Some wheel spaces, are they needed? Yeah, I think we might have to. Yeah, we might have to take this wheel off anyway, because we need to do that wheel well. So we'll see how that goes when we get to it. Let's see if this front wheel's gonna go on like this. It's gonna be a bit of a difficult one to get mounted, but just gotta push it, and there we go. All right, so that is on there. Yeah, wheel spaces are definitely required. Okay, let's put this one on. Well, at least now we know that we need to get some spaces when we visit Lewis's store next time. I don't know, maybe 50 more spaces. We'll see, guys. I'll just wait for some comments first. Let's get this one on as well. Alright, so the wheels are on. Yeah, I don't know why they ordered these small wheels, because if it was my car, I would have gone a little bit bigger with the wheels, you know, but I guess they're also thinking about efficiency and fuel economy, because Middletown is a little bit of a drive, and yeah, although this isn't the most economical car to have, probably. But okay, guys, let's see. Yeah, what am I doing there? Let's just get the spare tire out of here. Okay, we'll just pop this in the trunk for now. And close it up. Okay. We're going to need these. Alright, which one is this? This is our front bumper. It might make it a little bit harder to polish if we got those mounted, but we'll take them off again. I really want to see what this thing's going to look like and get a good idea. How's this clear coat? Let me just see. It's actually pretty dry already, so it's not really a big deal, but I think it needs to have more time to cure a bit better. But okay, that's the front bumper. Let's get the rear bumper on. And then our little Niva is empty. Okay, come on, let's not scratch the chrome. Okay. Yeah, I actually forgot to paint here inside the trunk. Did we miss anything under the hood? Let's just see. Might have to do a couple of touch-ups there. But okay. That's not a big train smash. We can get that sorted out, probably. Okay. So let's get the wheels on this thing, because I really want to get this car off the jack stands, because we are done with painting now. I might do a little bit of touch-up still, but I don't think it's going to be a problem if the wheels are on. Because where we need to touch up, it's not going to be anywhere close to the wheels. Okay, let's get this bolted down over there. Yeah, those wheels are pretty nifty. They look very good on this car. I was a little bit skeptical at first. Not sure if they were going to fit very well, but they actually look pretty decent. There we go, 2 down and 2 to go. Alright, there's the other one. Alright, get that onto there. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright, let's grab the last one. Get this on this side, and then I think we're going to start with some of the little nitty gritty stuff like the indicators, taillights, and get all of that installed. Alrighty, that looks pretty good. Okay, and now we can get our wrench back into the toolbox over there, and let's bring the whole toolbox closer. See what we're going to need next. Probably a screwdriver. Let's start with the grill. Oh, you can probably also get the window lifters in and such. Okay, but there's our grill. Yeah, just checking for clear coat missing on this as well. It looks as if we got everything pretty cleared up over here with the clear coat. Yeah, that looks fine. I don't think we need to bother further with clear coat at the front of the car. This is one of the headlights. Right, these custom ones. So I'm going to see what these look like. If I don't like the look of it, or maybe if you guys comment down below and you don't like the look of it, or maybe you like it, let me know in the comment section. Maybe we can just get some regular ones. Oh dear, I let that thing fall. Okay, but that's probably still okay. Yeah, it seems to be fine. Okay. Okay, there we go. That is the headlight mounted. And let's get all of these doors closed. Alright, now the final touch to the front end would be these chrome rings, which were missing on the front end of this car. Okay, so that just rounds it off a little bit better. Like literally rounds it off. Okay, let's grab our 2 little blinkers. This one is for the right. Okay, should be able to get it from inside here. There we go. Let's grab the other one. Okay, get that onto here. Looking pretty good so far. Okay, let's open up the trunk. I need to get those taillights fitted next. Okay, there it is. There's the one. So this has got brand new bulbs in it because we did replace them. Okay, that's the right hand side. Okay, now trying not to touch the tacky paint because it's still a little bit tacky. Okay, and there's the other taillight. The last one. Just can go onto this side. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. Alright, and close up the hood. Well, trunk. Yeah, and there we go, guys. So that is the little car almost put together. We just need to get the probably the windows mounted. Let's get this engine and gearbox loaded because we need to go and take this over to Middletown Service Center. All right. Oh, this thing is this is quite an engine, guys. It's heavy. Right, up we go. This is probably gonna weigh our little Niva down a bit. There we go. Okay, not too bad. We've got it in. Okay, so now we can get the rest of these things mounted. I'm thinking of getting some chrome wiper arms and new wiper blades for this anyway. This wiper motor is still good, so for now we can just get this mounted, and yeah, that'll at least be in place then. Can always remove the arms later down the line once we get the new wiper arms and wipe blades. Okay, let's start with our windows. I think Uncle Bill will appreciate it if we got these things out of his garage over here. Alright, you know what? Let's open this door over here. It's going to be easier to carry it through there. Okay, let's go and pop in this rear windscreen or windshield, rear window. It's not really a windshield because you're not driving towards the wind mostly with the rear glass. And then this is our windscreen. Right, or windshield, whatever you'd like to call it. There we go. Let's see if we can pop this thing in now. Just like that. Alright, perfect. Now I need to open all the doors again. Okay, yeah, the paint is relatively dry. It's not really... The doors aren't sticking, so that's a good thing. Okay, now we've got to get a wrench in our hand. Okay, so that we can get these small windows. I think let's do with the small ones first. Which one is this? This is the rear left. Okay, rear left. Get that into there. Might do a little bit of window tint on these windows as well. Okay, how's this? This one is the rear left one. It still works. It's, you know, it's a little bit worn, but it still works. So we're not going for an absolutely perfect car here, because I think Uncle Bill said he might be taking this car off our hands because he's going to be trading his BMW in for 2 other vehicles sometime. I don't know when that's going to materialize. We'll see. We still need to order some door mirrors. I think that one is still fine. We might put that one on the car. Now I didn't check which window is this for. Front left. Okay. Alright, that goes onto there. So yeah, Uncle Bill is looking for something that's a little bit more fuel efficient because his BMW is, yeah, it's quite thirsty on fuel, traveling to Middletown every day. Especially because he's working over the weekends as well now. He's working pretty hard getting his law firm up and running. So it's been quite a bit of a busy time for him. Alright, this one is the front right. So yeah, for obvious reasons he wants to see if he can use this car maybe, which is going to be a little bit more fuel efficient, and also it's going to look pretty decent, pretty neat. Okay, let's get that window into there. And then we can grab the last small window for that side. Okay, for the rear right. Alright, there we go. Get that into there. And we'll get this last window winder with its glass installed. This one is a little bit better than the opposite side one. Also a little bit worn, but not too bad. Okay, go into there. There we go, guys. Just like that, this little car is another step closer to being complete. So the only thing I wanted to do still before we hit the road over to Middletown, yeah, we can probably also get this installed. Okay, so this can go on our driver's door over there. It's going to be a little bit harder to polish around these bits and pieces, but we'll see. If I have to take it off again, I'll do it. Okay, there we go. And now we can get everything closed up. And there she is. Okay, I think it's about time we get this little car off of the jack stands as well. Let's grab ourselves the floor jack. You know what, I could actually also put this in the trunk of the car because we are done with all of the stuff we need to do in the trunk. Floor pans have been replaced, so yeah, there we go. This can just go into here. Okay, and close that up. Alright, now we're going to go and grab that floor jack again. Okay, let's get those jack stands out from under the car, and then I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup. Just going to pick up those cans because that looks a little bit bad. Okay, let's lift this thing up a little bit on this side, just so that we can get this out of here. Okay, and lower this. Right, there it is. That looks good. Okay, let's go around to the other side. Alright, just slide that in under there. And get this lifted up a little bit on this side. There we go. Okay, put that over there. And over there, we'll put that for now. Alrighty. Let's lower it back down all the way. Get the jack out from under here. We're going to put this back in the garage, guys. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of neatening up before we hit the road over to Middletown. Oh, there we go. I nearly dropped that thing. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let me pack everything away. I'm going to chuck this, these empty cans. I'm just going to put this inside the shed. Our shed is nice and empty now. Well, there's still that one paint can for, well, for the car that we used. So this one is the open one. Or the used one. Just going to put that in front. Over there. Okay. Let me get these floor jacks. I wonder if I can fit them in my backpack. Let's try this. Oh, I forgot about this thing. Yeah, we're going to have to try this out. Yeah, I think we can do that as well before we hit the road. Okay, let's grab the jack stands. I'm just going to neaten up the place a bit. Okay, let's put these over here. Yeah, look at the size difference between the regular jacks and the big ones. I don't know if we're going to need the big ones sometime, so just keeping them around there. Okay. I think that is all the tools put away for now. Okay, now, oh, we still got our toolbox over here. Okay, we'll put that back in the garage. Alright, pick up this clear coat. This is just going to go in the trash, I think. Alright, drop them all in there. Perfect. Okay, guys, so there I showed you guys a little bit of, what I would like to call behind the scenes work. This is usually what I do off camera. Just cleaning up the place a bit, making it neat and tidy. I wonder if I should put this, let's put this inside the shed as well. Might end up replacing this anyway, so it's probably going to be trashed. So yeah, all of the parts that you no longer see that I used to have are usually parts that I've taken over to Steve's and just pawned it off there. Got a little bit of change back for it at least, so every little bit helps, you know. Okay, so there we go. That is done. Alright, let's quickly see if we can get the window tint off of these windows. I don't know if it's going to be possible. Well, hopefully it doesn't go too hard. Alright, that looks better. There we go. Alright, this side. Okay, I think this actually looks so much better without any window tint. Yeah, that looks a little bit cleaner. Much tidier. Alright, I'm happy how that turned out. Alrighty guys, now we are going to go on a little bit of a road trip. Seeing as this episode is, it's still a little bit shorter than what we usually do. So I think we're going to take a little bit of a road trip with the little Neva over here. We're going to be taking a drive over to Middletown, the service center. So I'll probably do this in a little bit of a time lapse for you guys, just to make it a little bit more, watchable, because it's probably boring watching me driving all the way down there, but you know what, it's stuff that we need to get done. Are we gonna miss this corner? Holy moly. Yeah, there we go. It's a bit of a blind spot there. Okay, let's get this thing spinned around so that we can hit the road, so you guys can sit back, just relax and enjoy the ride over to Middletown. And here we go, let's be off.
Wheels keep spinning on the highway. Good things happen in the driveway. Having good days with the good boys. I don't think that I'm leaving today. Put the seat back like a time machine. That's a throwback. She's not coming back. You know me. Get it when I'm getting my way. This is my garage. little something on the dashboard. There's a lot more where that came from. You're in the shotgun, that's what it's there for. This is my garage. This is my garage. This is my garage. Oh, this is my garage. This is my garage. This is my garage. Oh, got a little dirt on my shoulder, a little something on the dashboard. There's a lot more where that came from. You're in the shotgun, that's what it's there for. This is my garage. 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 This is my garage.
Alrighty, so we made it over to Middletown. It has been quite a bit of a drive. And yeah, the weather is looking awfully, dull today. It's very cloudy. We might be getting some rain later today. I just hope that that little lot of ours back at home is going to be fine if it does decide to start raining. But okay, we are here to drop off the engine, so I'm going to see if I can find somebody who's going to be able to help me out. Maybe in one of the offices back there, I don't know, or maybe in the front desk. But guys, I think this is a pretty good time to end the episode right over here. It's going to be quite a bit of a tedious drive back for me as well, and I don't want to let you guys, make you guys watch me do that as well. I might also just see if I can maybe go to Uncle Bill's office, because I think his office is somewhere in there. I don't know where he parked his car. Maybe he stepped out for some lunch or something. But okay, we'll see if we can maybe do that as well before I head back to the house. But thank you all so much for tuning in once again. I really appreciate every view, every like. And also, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. And then I will see you all in the next one.